Welcome, guys, to welcome to Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And in today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching you guys about language. I'm going to be teaching you about the etymology and the root meaning of where our language comes from and how it's being used to deceive the masses. And specifically, the words that we used, not only is our language cursed, but it's also being used against us. The words that we use, as far as the energy associated with the words, connected to the words, how it sounds phonetically speaking, how it's spelled, everything about our language has been put in place on purpose to purposely siphon off our energy and to keep our minds imprisoned and to keep us trapped in the land of linguistics or our language. So anyway, this video I'm not going to really be going too in depth into the etymology and root meanings of the words or English. I think I'm going to save that for maybe a part 2 or 3 of the video. But for this part, I'm just going to be focusing mainly on everyday words and stuff like that we use. So when we go to school, right, we learn how to read and we learn how to write. So I'm going to write this down. We learn how to read, right? Now, within this word write, you have another word, write. You have the word right and right. Now, the word right, okay, just breaking this down. Now, etymology, let me explain etymology, okay, before I even get into any of this. The reason why it's very important for you guys to understand etymology is because etymology is the study of the root languages, the root meaning of the words, where they come from, the origins, and what it means. So you may have a word that might have originated and it might have meant one thing, and then 300-400 years later the word kind of gets changed, kind of like telephone. You know, if you say a word to somebody next to you, by the time it makes it back to you in a group of people, the word has changed, so has the meaning and definition. So etymology is the study of the root meanings of the words, so you can understand the word as it was meant to be before, you know, all the other translations and mistranslations, etc., etc., etc. So now that you understand what etymology means and why it's so important to study. For example, when you go to court, right, and you notice that they use what's called legalese, which is the same language that you will find in the fine print. sign a contract, right? Let me just give you an example of etymology. The word con means to swindle. Like a con man, you ever heard that before? Con man, right? Right? Con Edison, the guy who stole all the patents from all his slaves and the other people around him, right? Con Edison, con man, right? When somebody breaks into your house, or ex-convict. Con means to go against, right? Okay. Con means to go against. It means to swindle, right? To trick. Okay. Now the word tract means duration of time. Okay. The word tract means duration of time. Okay. So the word contract means to be swindled for duration of time. Swindled for duration of time. Now, every 2 years, right, you sign a what? Cell phone contract, right? Every 2 years, you're agreeing to be swindled into signing the contract. Because if you think about it, with all the fees and charges that they then bill you over those 2 to 3 years, you done pretty much bought this twice over. Not only that, you also agreed, because you didn't read the fine print, to, when you sign up with a cell phone provider, to give away all your public or your private information, right? Privacy to what? The government. That was the trick. And the government is what? NSA. Right? Remember Eric Snowden? He came out, he said the government was spying on all your cell phone conversations, all your text messages, all your emails, everything that you put on Facebook, everything that you put on Instagram, right? Now let's check this out. FBI, right? Facebook. And then Instagram. So FBI, right? FBI. Now the FBI, just you know, the CIA is over the FBI. Okay. FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now all those investigations, once they're investigated, they become intelligence, right? And then who's in charge of intelligence? CIA, which stands for Central Intelligence Authority or agency. Or it sounds for counter-intelligence agency because they're really against you learning. So they really stand for counter-intelligence authority. Now the CIA owns the FBI, right? They're all in the same league, doesn't really matter. And the FBI is in charge of gathering, right, investigating, right, Federal Bureau of Investigation. And what's the best way to investigate people? By having them upload all their personal information on social media. You're doing all the work for them. And then they sit there and they store all your information with the NSA, which has hundreds and hundreds of servers with all your text messages, your pictures, all your information being stored, by NSA, which is controlled by the CIA and the FBI. So FBI means Facebook and Instagram. It means other things, but I can go on. Okay, so this is a breakdown of etymology, what it means. As you can see, I just broke down what the word contract means, and you gotta understand what the English language. The English language is a bunch of separate words combined to form bigger words. Okay, so for example, the word government, right, which is really two words in one, because that's when you have syllables, right? Syllables is to separate the separate words or the different sounds, right? So the word govern, which is one word, and you got the word meant. Okay. Now the word govern means to control, and the word meant is Latin. It means of the mind or pertaining to the mind or mind by itself. So the word meant means mind. So the word government means to control the mind or mind control. So anybody who's trying to control your mind does not have your best interest at heart. And if you think about it, anybody who's trying to control you is against free will. Because free will means you're free to do whatever you want, whether it's good or bad. The government only wants you to do one thing, which is which means you don't have free will. So that's just a little lesson for you guys. Let me erase this and look up everything I'm telling you guys. Don't just believe me. Even though I'm showing you the evidence, still look it up, because even if I tell you all the answers, it's not going to stick. And you're not going to really accept it until you learn it for yourself. It's like you can watch a million videos on how to ride a bike, but until you actually ride the bike, you're not going to really get it. So even though I'm showing you this, you have to really look it up for yourself in order to truly understand it for yourself, okay? Now the first thing that we learn in school is we learn our alphabet, right? Before we learn how to read and write. Alpha, it means to begin, or in the beginning. In the beginning, to begin. Bet.
You were just afraid they'd abandon you.
Means to place a wager
You distanced yourself.
and place of something. right? Like I bet you $10 you can't jump across the bridge, right? Place a wager in place of something. Now, of something is very important when I get back to that. Okay? So, in school, when you're a child, you're taught your alphabet. Now, if you look at the word alpha and beta, right? Then you learn your vowels, right? And then you learn consonants. I'm going to be breaking all of these down right now. The word bet, okay? You only place a bet if you're wagering something, if you're playing a game, right? You don't bet anybody nothing. Anytime you say let's bet, that means you're automatically playing the game. In the beginning, right? Alphabet. So the beginning of the word. Okay. Now the word vowels, right? If you look at this, you see the word vow. To take a vow. And the word vow means to place or take an oath. Consonant, which is a whole bunch of words. There goes that word con again. You all know con means to go against, right? Or to trick. Okay? So now you kind of see where I'm going with this. To you. The word alpha in etymology means in the beginning of anything. Okay, the first in the sequence. Okay, the word bet means the mutual pledging of things. Value to be one. Okay, so here we go. Value to be one. Now it's funny because if you look at the word one, right, it also corresponds to alpha, because alpha says in the beginning of anything is one, right? Uno, right? So one and then one. See, one and one. So you place the value. Now, word bet means, I'm going to read it again, to mutual pledging of things of value to be won or lost based on some future event, to make good, to pledge as forfeit to another who makes a similar pledge in return, to be assured. So all that means is to place a wager in place of something, right? And the other person that you're playing against, they're also placing a wager. So you got two people placing a wager, and whoever wins gets whatever it is that was bet, that was placed as a pledge, okay? So now the word vowel means to speak, spoken, said, to mention. Again, like taking a vow. When you get married, right, you say your vows to each other, it's a pledge, right? Now the word consonant, right, means agreeing, corresponding, harmonious, sounding together, in agreement, to agree. So pretty much the word consonant means to agree. And if you think about it, if you look up this word consonant, it also looks like consent. Consonant is consent. Now, the one thing that you're going to learn in etymology is that words do not have to be spelled the same way in order for them to mean the same thing. And in etymology, the phonetic meaning of a word is the same no matter how it's spelled. I'll give you an example. What I mean by that is, let's say you have the word nature, right? Now, nature can also be spelled as nurture. And remember, these all mean the same thing, have similar meanings. Or netter, which is the Egyptian term, or netteru, right? And then you have netter. See? Now, all languages stem from this code right here, which is called CVC. It's a three-letter system. The consonant, the vowel, consonant. Okay? All words in the English language can be broken down to 3 letters. Doesn't matter how big the word is. It can always be broken down to 3 letters. Okay? So you have the word nature, nurture, netter, netter. They all mean the same thing. Just like you have the word number, right? And then you have number. Right? And then you have number, right? So that's just an example, all right? So now, let's look back at this right here. So we got alpha, bet, vowels, and consonants, right? These are the things that you learn in school. Right? You learn how to read, write, and spell in school. Okay? And the first thing they teach you, I'm recapping again, they teach you the alphabet, they teach you vowels, and they teach you consonants. But what they don't teach you is what these words really mean and what you're really saying. So the word alphabet means, alpha means in the beginning of the bet, or the beginning of the game. What is the game? What are you wagering? The word vowel means to speak. To speak is also a vowel, because when you talk, you gotta speak, right? And the word consonant means to consent. So the word alphabet, so the whole language means you're consenting, you're taking a vowel and you're consenting to play the game from the beginning. I'm gonna say that again. Alphabet, vowel, gonna say that again. Alphabet, vowel, consonants, which is what they teach you in school, right? 3 things: read, write, and spell, right? So the alphabet means at the beginning of the game, you're gonna take a vowel and you consent to it. So you spoke a vowel of consension to begin in the game, and you put up a wager. Now, what is the wager that you're putting up in this game? Now, mind you, I'm not making these words up. This is all in your English dictionary. I'm not making none of this up. Okay, you can look up all of these words for yourself, and you see what you see. Okay. Again, this is the etymological meanings of the words. Why am I showing you all this? Why is this important? I'm going to explain it to you in a minute. After you learn how to read, how to write, how to spell, right means right. Okay? And the word right means a what? Ritual. Look up the word. Look up the word right, ritual, right? And the word spell, or learning how to spelling, right? Here it says, welcome to Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Witches and wizards can cast a spell. What does it have to do with me? What are you talking about? I ain't no witch and no wizard. Yes, you are. Everyone is. Don't even know it. Okay. So you learn how to spell in school, right? You learn spelling, which is to cast a spell. Okay? Once you graduate from school, right? You get your diploma and you earn your degree, right? So I'm just gonna let this marinate. If you don't believe me, you have Rite Aid, right? right? And shop right. Right. The word right aid means ritual aid, and the word shop means shop ritual. The ritual of shopping. Okay, look these words up. English is not what you think it is. Okay, after you learn how to read and write, how to do your ABCs, right, the alphabet, you learn how to your vowels, you learn your consonants, which means to consent, you learn your vowels, which means to speak oaths, you learn how to write, which is to do rituals, and then you learn how to do the rituals, which is the spells of the rituals. So you learn how to spell while you're doing the ritual, you're consenting to it, and not only are you consenting to it, you're speaking it out loud. And this is all a game to be won. Okay? But what game is it? And who's playing it? Okay. Now, after you learn all of this, you graduate, right? How come in school they always make you use a number 2 pencil, if you ever notice? They always make you wear black robes, and you always got to pull your tassel over to the left once you graduate. Okay, so once you learn how to do all of this, then you graduate from school. All right. Now, the word graduate means one who holds a degree. You also learn how to write in script, right? Which is also called cursive. So you learn how to write cursive. So you also learn cursive in school, which is the curse. You also learn spelling, which is a casted spell. You also learn writing, which is a ritual. You're casting a spell, which is really a curse, while you're doing your ritual, which is to write. Because anytime you speak or you write something, that is, you're giving your energy. And anytime you give your energy, that's a manifestation, that's life being created. And if you don't know what you're saying or doing, then you could possibly create negative life, a life that's destructive, or you can create life that's pro-life, right? So the people who rule the world, the so-called Illuminati, ill means not. Means luminous, right? And then me means me. Nati means Nazi. So the word Illuminati means not me, I am not shining. They're not illuminated. That's why they say it illuminate, not illuminated. Ill means not. Just like you have the word astronaut, right? Astronauts never went to this freaking space. Astronauts, right? Astro means pertaining to the stars, and the word not means not. They're not astronauts. You know, people ask, why are we here, and where do we come from, and what's the shape of the earth, and all of this stuff. None of it is hidden. Yes, it's hidden, but it's hidden in plain sight. That's the thing. You can find out everything you want to find out just by deciphering the language. Within our language is a secret code, and this code is coded in layers. That's why you have codex and stuff. You have languages. You have algorithms and layers. Just many layers of our language. And right now, I'm showing you what's underneath. You don't know that this is all satanic and demonic. This is witchcraft and wizardry. Life force, energy. So, you know, you have white magic and you have black magic. Black magic would be a negative form of magic, and white magic would be a positive form. You know what I'm saying? So, these people practice black magic, which is dark energy, right? Black means dark. That means sinister, okay? So, anytime someone's doing something sinister and they're trying to take away your ability to understand what they're doing to you, that means that they don't have your best intentions at heart. Because if that was the case, then why wasn't you told what these words really mean? Okay? After you graduate, you get your diploma. Diploma means a state paper or an official paper. Diploma means state paper, official license, a chart, a paper folded, and then, okay, so let's look at this word. It means state paper. That's all it means. State paper, official document, right? Now look at this word, state. To be set in position, like state your name, You know, that means to state your position, right? Supreme ruling civil power. So the word state can mean set in your position, like statement. It also can mean supreme ruling power, like political, you know, like state, like New York State, New Jersey, things like that. So state also means supreme civil power. If you look at this word civil, right in the middle is evil. Remember, fair, which means light skin or a light complexion. You have the word fair, which means going to a carnival. You have the word fair, which means paying, like pay your fare. And you have the word fair, which means, oh, he didn't treat me right. Oh, I wasn't treated fairly. And all these words sound the same phonetically, but they all have different meanings. And that's the deception of the English language, because they say the devil speaks with a forked tongue, meaning that he says one thing goes this way, but he really means that way. So the tongues, the roads are split, forked tongue. See, all these sayings, they mean something, okay? So after you graduate from school, you get your diploma, right? Now the word graduation means one who holds a degree, okay? So degree, remember this word degree, I'm gonna highlight it. Diploma, right, which means a state paper or official document. And the word state means supreme civil power, which means supreme evil power. Okay? Now, when you get your degree, right, they don't ever tell you how many degrees it is. Because when you check the temperature outside, it has to be a degree from 0 to degrees in, right? When you get burned, it's called the 3rd degree. You ever heard of Freemasons? The top is you can get is 33rd degrees. So how come when you graduate from school, they don't tell you how many degrees you have? I don't mean how many pieces of paper, I mean the number of degrees. Now, a degree is a measure of an angle, right? So let's just say you have a triangle, and then this right here, this would be a degree, which is 90 degrees, right? Now the degree is right here. Bam. That's that point. The angle. That is the angle. The angles. Bam. Bam. Okay? So when you graduate from school, you get your degree, which is usually a diploma, which is a piece of paper, official document from the state. And the word state means supreme civil power, which means supreme evil power, because within the word civil, you have the word see evil. Supreme see evil power. Okay? When you graduate, you get a degree. They don't tell you how many degrees it is, but I'm going to tell you that the degree you get is 36 degrees. I'm going to explain how it's 36 in a minute. So now that you know what a degree is a measurement of the angle. For example, if you have a circle, depending on where this arrow is, this could be 1 degree, that could be 1 degree, this could be a degree, that could be a degree. Depending on where it is, whatever the angle is what a degree is, okay? So keep that in mind because it's going to be very important later. Now, the definition of a degree is a unit of angle measured. A full circle is divided into 360 degrees, right? So, where do you get the word degree from? You get it from a circle, okay? A circle is 360 degrees, right? I'm gonna break it into 4 quadrants, right? 360 degrees, right? And all this bullshit about, we have 365 days in a year doesn't make no sense. Because if the calendar is supposed to represent a circle, the circle is 360 degrees, not 365. So that's the reason why they keep playing with your calendar and adding in these extra days and leap years and all this stuff. Because they added in 5 days and that threw everything off track. They added in that 5 days for a reason. Because once you understand, you start studying, you understand that 5 means to attack and the so-called esoteric meaning. So 365 days of the year means to attack the circle. And who's the circle? You are the circle, okay? And I'm going to explain that in a minute. Because we come full circle. We're infinite beings, spiritual beings, who are immortal, infinite, living inside of a finite being. So this body will eventually decay, but my spirit that's animating the body will never decay. Everyone's immortal. Everyone's spirits residing inside of a body. Okay, and one of the ways that they express spirit in esoteric and metaphysical terms is through the circle, because the circle is the first thing that ever came into existence. Some of you may think that number 1 is the first thing, but actually it's not true. 1 is the second, because before 0 or circle is not a number. The circle is all numbers in 1. There's really 9 numbers. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, some of you may be like, oh, well, you got 10. Nope. 10 is this, and 0. 20 would be 2 and 0. What if you want to do 555? Well, it's 555. You don't have to write 555 because it's only 9 numbers. And anytime you get into a 10, or any increments of 10, it's this number plus the circle that it was already in. Okay? Give you another example. Let me do this. You guys can see. This is the number, right? Number sign. You guys all seen this? Number sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's the 10? Where's the 10? The 10 is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, and then the circle is 10. Oh, what's 1 to 20? 20, and then a circle. This literally every single number in existence is in this circle or this number wheel. There's only 9 numbers, and the 0 is not a number. The 0 is neither even or odd. And if you think about it, if the 0 was even or odd, then that means that 2, right? Because first is odd, even, right? So if the 0 was actually a number, then this would be odd and this would be even. Odd, even. Then that means that all the even numbers would be odd and all the odd numbers would be even. So, but that's not the case. So 0 is not a number because 0 is all the numbers inside of it. 0 is anything. 0 could be nothing and everything. Get what I'm saying? It's a point. So anyway, I'm sure you understand that. So going back to degrees, a degree is a measurement of a unit of an angle. So a degree is an angle, and the angles, you can only have 360 degrees. You cannot have more than that because there's no other shape that has more points than a circle. Okay? A circle has infinite amount of degrees. Doesn't matter, you can show me a tetrahedron, a dodecahedron, you can show me all these different shapes that have all these angles in it, but it will never equal up to the angles in the 0 because the 0 has every single angle in existence in it. So that's just a little lesson for you guys. But it's important. You have to know this because in order to understand what I'm talking about, you got to know all of this. Because otherwise what I'm saying is going to sound like hogwash. Get it? Hogwarts. So a degree, right, what you get when you graduate is just an angle, and the angle can only be measured within a circle. That's why when you graduate, your cap, now what are the three shapes? Your cap is in the shape of a square. Now there's only three shapes in existence, okay? And then from this shapes, you have every other shape. So the only three shapes in existence are these: the square, the triangle, and the circle. Those are the only three shapes, okay? 1 and 3, okay? And if you put it all together, it looks like this. Okay? And then from here, you can get every other shape, because I can just go like this, go like that, I can get another triangle here, I can go like this, like that, like that. I can just play with it. But either way, all your shapes come from these three shapes. Now, why did I number these the way I did? The first thing coming into existence was creation, was life itself. Life is everything, right? Everything came from one thing. So that one thing would be the circle, which has everything in it. Then that everything had to be contained, right? Which is a box, because boxes contain energy. What do I mean by that? Well, whenever you get anything in life, whenever you buy anything, any food or get any gifts, they're always in boxes. Why? Because boxes contain energy. You can have a pair of sneakers that somebody gave you from 10 years ago, and as long as you keep it within the box, it's going to smell like a brand new pair of sneakers, even if you open it 10 years later. Try to put something in a circle. Try to put something in a circle or a triangle for 10 years and see if the energy will keep. It won't. Because the nature and the physical, the universal law or the law of shapes is this. Circles radiate energy, meaning they give off energy, right? Radiation. Circles radiate. Squares contain, right? Like when you put somebody in prison, you put them in a cell, and the cell is always in the shape of a box, right? Put somebody in prison, right? Imagine somebody in prison. Okay? And then you have the triangle. Now the triangle, not only does it hold in energy, it holds it in, but it shoots it out at the point. If you don't believe me, if you look on a woman, right? A woman gives birth through a vagina. And vagina is always shaped like an upside down triangle, because that's where the baby comes out, right? This is where life comes out, right? The hips on a woman, right? The breast, which is a circle. And it's funny because women have breasts in the shape of circles, and that's where the milk comes out, and the circles give out energy. And then they have a baby through their vagina, which is an upside down triangle. And that's also the symbol for a woman. Like, you ever go into a bathroom, you ever see the symbol, upside down triangle, you see a man, which is the triangle pointing up. This represents the penis. Because when you're erect, right, you get hard, you're stiff like this. And then woman's shape, if you've seen them wearing jeans, the shape always has that triangle like that. So this would be the vagina, birth, and this would be the penis. So I'm teaching you guys etymology, and I'm also teaching you esoteric and metaphysical knowledge, because this is what this all is. Because if you don't understand that, then this is going to be bullshit. It's not going to mean anything to you. It's just going to mean a bunch of words. It's just going to be babble, which is why when we speak our language, we don't know what we're saying. And so because we don't know what you're saying, it's called babble. Just like when you have a baby, and when the baby's talking, when they're writing something, it's called a scribble scrabble. And when they're talking, I got Google, they're babbling, right? Babble, so Babylon and Babylon. Babble means to speak nothing. And everyone, what do they call America? Babylon. Because we babble on and Babylon, we don't know what the fuck we're saying. We don't know what these words mean. We don't know what anything means. We don't know where we live. We don't know where we came from. We don't know the shape of the earth. You don't know where you're going when you die. You don't know who's ruling the world. You don't know anything. You don't know about energy. You don't know about cymatics. You don't know about frequencies. You don't know about plants. You don't know about how to be self-sustained. You guys don't know shit. You guys are literally wandering in the desert of Babylon, babbling on and on. So now I'm trying to teach you, because we perish due to a lack of knowledge. A lack of knowledge. Okay, so now with this is out of the way, now that we understand the shapes and what they represent, I can go on. So I like to make sure you understand what I'm talking about for yourself. Even if you don't agree with it, at least you know. Because that's the one thing, you know, that's the one thing you can never say that you didn't know. Now that you're watching this, you can never say you didn't know. Before you didn't know, you were ignorant. Ignorant doesn't mean bad, it just means that you didn't know. But now you're not ignorant. So please go out, guys, and do your research, please. The circle is 360 degrees. Now, why is it 360 degrees, not 460 or 160? 3 plus 6 equals 9. It's really 360, right? But you don't count the 0, because remember, the 0 is not a number. So 360 really means 9 degrees. Now, why is number 9 so important? Well, 9 represents life. It's the spiral. Okay? This is 9. 9 is a spiral. 9 also represents birth. If you look at a fetus, it's always curled up in the shape of a 9. They say the first humans to ever walk this planet came from Africa. And if you look at Africa, it's in the shape of a 9. Right? How many months are women pregnant for? 9 months. When you look at flowers and you see how flowers are developing, it's in the shape of a spiral, which looks like a 9. You look at your fingerprints, your fingertips, it's all in the spiral. This is a 9. 9 energy. 9 represents the first, which is what? Creation, birth. From all things come from 1, and then from 1 comes 2, from 2 comes 3, and so forth. The first shape to ever come into existence is a circle, because the circle, you can put every other shape in it. And like I just explained to you, 9 represents birth. So 1 or 0 and 9, you can say are pretty much the same thing in esoteric terminology or meaning. Okay? So why is all this important? Why am I explaining all of this to you? What does this have to do with alphabets and vowels and consonants? What does it have to do with it? And I'm going to explain it to you. It has everything to do with it. Because if you don't understand this, you're not going to know that you're being taken advantage of. See? Alright. But you don't know how to use it. You don't know how to use your skills that you just learned, which was spell casting and divination. Now, if you watch the movie Harry Potter, one of the classes that Harry Potter had to take was potions and divination. Now, what is divination? Let me go ahead and break this down. The word divination means the power of foreseeing. Power of foreseeing. Foreseeing. And the reason why it's four, because four means four elements. So you can see four elements, and that's what reality is all the four elements combining and creating and forming matter and forming different things. Inspired by God. Inspired by a God. I didn't say God. Inspired by a God. What is spell casting? That's why I say welcome to Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, which is magic. Magic doodle. You remember that? Magic doodle. Magic.